Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again. And we have a new patch. And with a new patch, we know we're going to showcase some of the decks that we recommended yesterday in our video. And the very first one that I'm going to start with is Timeline's Rissu combo. Some of you know this deck because I have showcased it before, but it just got a very nice buff. So Rissu got buffed to a 1-3, which usually doesn't matter because we always gonna have timelines, right? We always get timelines every game, so this doesn't matter. But the bigger buff is to the Storm Cloud. Now it has Impact 3, which means that even if it gets Chump Block, which happens all the time, by the way, you're at least still pushing 3 damage, which actually is pretty good for this deck, because this deck is kind of like an aggro burn deck, relying on timelines and just the value from going to Y with Tenor and Rissu. So if you haven't seen this deck, the way that this deck works is always this card, timelines. You want to hard mulligan for timelines every single time. And the idea is that you're playing a lot of units that are not that don't have great stats, right? So you're able to take advantage of their effect and then transform it into something that has better stats. Let's take, for example, Aloof Travelers. Has an amazing ability which discards the highest card that your opponent has, right? The downside is a 2-3 stat line for 4 costs. With timelines, you can discard the highest card that the opponent has and then transform this into another 4-drop that has good stat lines. You could even high roll and get something like the Ancient Crocodile that has a 7-7 stat line, while still getting the benefit of Aloof Travelers. It's the same thing for everything else that we run in our deck, right? Even Bird, the Birdlinger, same thing. Conchologist, Financier, you get the gist, right? All these cards are just getting value when they drop on the field and transforming into something else with better stats. Telescope, same way, especially that got nerfed. Archivist, same way as well. The 2 health nerf doesn't matter to us because we're trying to transform her into something else. Aloof Travelers, and then the 2 key cards of this deck are Tenor of Terror and Rissu the Silent Storm. Tenor will transform the Tenor into a different unit while still summoning the Bass. So you end up getting 2 units for the cost of 1. And this unit becomes something bigger, like we talked about. It could become an Ancient Crocodile. It could become a hunting fleet, something like that. Rissu, same way. Rissu gets transformed from a 1-3 to another random 5-drop, and it still gets to summon the 7-3 Stormcloud. So you end up getting a lot of value where you end up with like 2 very powerful 5-drops from just a single action. And having that many units that have good stats ends up overwhelming the opponent. If your units are not enough, we're playing the full burn package. So we're playing triple Mystic, triple Pokey, triple Get Excited. So this is a way for us to kind of have reach and be able to finish up the game. You will see us that's how you end up finishing most games. You end up attacking, get a lot of chip damage in early, and then just finish up with burn. On top of that, we play other cards to make our deck more consistent, like Time Trick, to be able to draw us into the timelines or into the Rissu. Obviously, improvements is kind of there for kind of similar reasons. Now, improvement is still something I'm testing out. I don't know how much I like it. I think at most, maybe we go to 1 of these and go back to 3 Financiers, because it can be a little bit awkward, right? Usually, the cards that you want to copy, like Tenor and Rissu, already get transformed to something else, so you have timelines in the field. So improvement is really only useful, I guess, in like to take advantage of the opponent's cards, or in a way that if you don't get concurrent timelines, right? That's the only time that improvement can be useful. Otherwise, it's not as great once you really have timelines activated. Aside from that, all the tricks that you should know with this deck is Archivist, right? Letting you get timelines even if you don't get it on turn 1. And because she shuffles deck now, even if you don't see like timelines on her pick card, it has a chance of you joining it later on because now the deck got shuffled, so it's a possibility that it's going to be in the top card of your deck. But the deck is really fun, and I hope you enjoy it with the games coming up now. And as always, if you like our content, please make sure to like this video below and subscribe to us. We post LOR videos every single day. Enjoy the madness with timelines. Here we'll be going up against Darkness. So right off the bat, people are playing Darkness, which makes complete sense. The deck got buffed, so I can't blame people for playing it. Now, this hand is awkward, no timelines. I love the Rissu, but no timelines is bad, and we don't have a blocker for the Catalyzer on turn 2. So we need to look for something. We get the timelines, but we don't get the blocker for the Catalyzer. And we don't get Mystic Shot either. So this is going to be pretty bad in terms of the value that the opponent can get if they have Catalyzer on 2. It sucks because we play triple Bird, we play triple Conchologist, and we play 2 of the Pharaohs. So we have 8 cards that we go ahead. We also play triple Mystic, so we have 11 cards that we go ahead to be able to deal with the Catalyzer. So we gotta hope that we hit one of the 2 in the next 36 draw. Or one of the 12 in the next 2 draws. Opponent kept 2 cards. Okay, get excited. Is it actually... Am I actually gonna have to get excited something? Okay, we hit the bird. Okay, so... It's a little bit unfortunate, right? Because opponent could have group shot here. I think it's fine trading here. If I knew... I guess it's actually good. It's actually fine that I didn't hit concurrence first. Because there is a lot of 1-drops that I could have whiffed there if I went for it. Let's see. Oh, we get on the bird again? Whether we do the bird... No. Well, we can do the bird linger, we can do the telescope. I have a hard time deciding which one is better. Let's do the telescope, because the bird linger might be good enough by itself that we can play it that way. This is not a good one. The last concealing might be okay, to be honest. I like the ballista. I like the ballista. It's a nice overwhelm attack, right? Biofeast? Yeah, Biofeast doesn't do anything to the ballista. I guess he could have another Biofeast afterwards, or have Pokestick. I'm guessing this is a Pokestick then, right? Now, we could hit the Veigar or the Senna right here, which could be pretty nice. We're gonna discard fodder for the Get Excited, which is also nice. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good blocker. We have a good blocker here. Sand Soldiers? I think Sand Soldiers is better than the Benemon. Benemonic. Yeah, I think this is actually a little bit better. Dress and Ada. The only punish here now is the fact that the opponent could have Pokestick or Biofeast, and we don't have a good blocker for the Rollmaker now. Doesn't have it. Question here is... Oh, that's a good draw. I was when there was like, I don't want to summon anything else. This is better than the Rainbow Fish every single time, right? So it's going to be the Dragon. He gives us a Fearsome. Opponent loses Ruination as well, which is huge for us. Which is huge. Ruination would have been really bad news. So I'm glad that they lose that one. Now, Senna is a little bit annoying. Yeah, Senna is really annoying. Because Senna can just deal 3 to one of these units. In which case, why don't we just do the Bird Ringer right now? Since he's a pretty good attacker as it is. If the opponent blocks with Senna whatsoever. Okay, well, we got a little bit punished there. By the Biofeast. If the opponent blocks with the Senna, then she just dies to a Biofeast, a Pokestick, right? Even if he blocks the Senna on the Sand Soldier, it's still good value. Because I think it's worth it to get excited the Senna. We have discarded his Ruination, so we can get excited the Senna and we can Pokestick the Bowmaker if we wanted to. This is only dealing 3, so it's not like crazy value just yet. You could also just go the Blast Concealing, right? I mean, prevent his attack. That might actually be nice. So opponent only has 6 mana. He cannot attack with the Rollmaker. We can get excited, Pokey, and still be able to also do this. If he goes about it this way,
keep your distance.
I want to force him to have the Mesco. Stress defense, really. Okay, it's a nice punish. But now we just do this. Still get back. I guess opponent can always kill the dragon here. It's a nice punish. The stress defense is a nice punish. We could have punished that by blocking with the Sandcrafter. But I didn't play around there, right? I didn't play around it, so that's on me. Let's just Granted Impact. Oh, these are not great. I mean, the Elder is not bad. The Elder is not bad because she keeps the buffs, right? She keeps the buffs, and she's about to evolve really soon as well. Now, he's always gonna have access to the darkness, anyways, right? So I think it's always better to start with the Archivist. See what we get first. Mystic is nice. We're just gonna try to burn him out. We're gonna try to burn him out at this point. The Seas Boys, it might be better than the Waste Walker. Might be better than the Waste Walker. think it is, right? Because it gives me the tentacles for free every time. Okay. He still has to commit the darkness on the Heimerdinger dragon because of the fact that this is fearsome, so he cannot block it with the Conchologist. I want to put enough pressure on the opponent, right? The only downside here is the fact that we don't have any more keywords to actually trigger the Elder, so the Elder can die to the Conchologist. If that's the case, why don't we just summon our own Conchologist then? Opponent's kind of playing like they don't have anything, so I think we just want to push as much damage as possible. So because we want to push as much damage as possible, I kind of like that. We can even go the Time Winder if the opponent has like a Battle Fist or something here. Remind me what this gives me. Heroic Refrain, Keeper's Verdict. I think it's gonna be the Bandle Tailstones. It might prevent some. It might present lethal later, right? Which is what I'm looking for. I guess. So opponent just punished us a little bit because if he summons the other, it actually would have been better to pick the Time Winder. So, heck, it would have even been nicer because now the opponent can block this. So it probably was the Time Winder. I just want to present as much damage as possible though. And this does exactly that. He's going to block here. He has to block with Senna. And if he only blocks this one, then he loses the game. Even here, he still loses the game. But no, that's not true because I forgot about the darkness. Wallop? Okay. Alright. Oh man, Senna levels up though. Senna levels up. What if we just Mystic Shot our own unit? That way we prevent the Senna level up. Because it's the same thing as committing the Mystic Shot to kill her. But this prevents a second Senna from getting value. So by doing the Mystic Shot on our own unit... Yeah, I think that was fine. We're looking for Rissu now. If we can get Rissu, I think we're in a good spot. Because we already discarded one of his Ruination. We still have 2 units. We have this card, which is giving us some value. We have two time tricks to hit the Rissu. Opponent hits the Veigar. Let's start here. We might have to actually Mystic that. Oh, that's a good draw. Okay. Now that I drew this, I kind of don't wanna Mystic that anymore. I think we just go here. And if the opponent, like, this is a good blocker, opponent's still gonna be forced to block a lot next turn. Right? We have the Bandle Tailstones to give us the Heroic Refrain if the opponent has, like, Well and Battle Fist. So I need to be careful about that. He should commit this Darkness right now. Yeah, he needs to commit this Darkness right now. And this is still putting him in a bad spot. Now, we saw that the opponent's playing... So the only way that I'm gonna play a unit here, if I hit the Rissu here, but maybe we actually just go for the tenor now. Huh. Do we play around second Vengeance? I mean second Ruination. I don't think we do. No matter which one we play, these are all the same. So let's use the Crystal Ibex. We go here. We still have enough mana to do the Heroic Refrain, which is what I was looking for, because the opponent is low enough in mana that the Heroic Refrain might get us there. That's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem. So... we might have to Mystic Shot it. Ooh. Okay, so Heroic Refrain adds 4. So this is going to be 1, 2... This is so close. Because, yeah, I've actually... No, yeah, this was the best that we could have done, right? So if we do the Heroic Refrain, we can push the another 2 damage. I mean, another 4 damage, which is probably the way that we need to go about it. So opponent goes down to 1, and we can kill them with either one of our Mystic Shots. Unless they also have access to the Veigar stun, they don't. Okay. So they go down to 1, so we have 2 ways to win here. Mystic into Mystic. The problem is that the Mystic loses to Whale, right? But I feel like if the opponent played well, they would have just done the well ahead of time. So I think we just win with Mystic. Now, we also have the Station Archivist to get us into more burn if we need to. And if anything, we can always just Phantom block the Sentinel and Mystic Shot our own unit if the opponent has a well. Actually, no, we can just Phantom block with the Elnock, right? Because if the opponent has the well, he doesn't get to heal with the Sentinel. So I think we're in a good spot. Yeah, Mystic Shot wins the game here. Mystic Shot wins the game. Even if opponent has Whale, we can Phantom block with the Bull Elnock, right? Or any of our units, actually. It doesn't have to be the Bull Elnock. So we go here, and that's lethal. And there we go. Because Well was the only thing that punished us there. Battlefield is not enough because we have a second... I mean, the Battlefield is not enough because he's a Mystic Shot. He's doing 2 and he's at 1. So it had to be like double Battlefield or Well. And Well, we play around it by just blocking with one of our 1 health units. So GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Ziggs Taliyah. They have a lot of blockers, which can put a lot of pressure on us. So it can be a little bit awkward. Let's see if we can get the timelines. This is not great. Not great. I like the Conchologist though. The Pokestick could be good for a Rock Hopper. No Archivist, no timelines. Is the problem with this deck sometimes when you don't enjoy either of them? How do we do this? How do we do this? I don't know. This is interesting. And our hand doesn't look great. It doesn't even look better with that first draw. He gets the Alchemist on turn 1 too. Oh, that's unfortunate. I can pass. I can pass. See what he does first. If it's the Rock Hopper, I want to eat it up with the Conchologist. Yeah, there you go. So we can go like this. This is actually not bad, to be honest. Honestly, this is not bad. I'm gonna go with the Assembly. I'm also just gonna go ahead and push the damage. Because it's better than letting this die to like a 3-3. We have the Pokestick for the Rock Hopper, so it's not a problem. Maybe this is greedy though. Maybe it had to be the Mystic. Oh, never mind. See, that's what I get rewarded for. I was hoping that it was gonna be the other stuff. The 3-mana spell. But he ends up being this instead, so now I have blockers for both, and opponent cannot do anything about it. Ay, come on! How much do I need to do to get my timelines? Yeah, this is the bout that we talked about. Let's go ahead and just kill this with a Pokestick right now. Ay, ay, ay. Not great, not great. Let's go ahead and kill the second one too. And let's just push the 4 damage. I am giving him some value here. Yeah, it's always better for him to block here for sure. It makes sense. But now he does die to any of these 1-drops, so it's also a little bit iffy for him. Where's our timelines? Timelines or Archivist. This is going to be a long game. The problem is that we don't have that much time. The moment that the opponent gets Silver... the moment that the opponent gets Taliyah is GG. That's why we didn't block there, because the opponent has Taliyah in their hand, by the way. So that's exactly why we didn't block there, because of that Taliyah. I'm going to go with the Scholar instead. Yeah, opponent definitely has Taliyah, and they just want to duplicate this card. So I'm trying to potentially get rid of it beforehand. This is not great. I can't attack until he taps out of the mana. And not attack until he taps out of the mana. I guess we could just go for it right here. What if we just go for it? You know what? I think this is big enough value that I'm willing to go for it. Yeah, we have a lot of burn as well. We have a lot of burn. So what if we just go for it? What if we just kill this and just push all this damage? If opponent has Taliyah, they can copy his debut. Whatever. Go ahead. Oh, that's a Naturalist? Okay, that's not a Taliyah then. I'm completely happy with that. I'm completely happy with that. It does ruin our plans because now it means that we cannot attack, right? Because we need to keep the Fearsome blocker for the debut. But that's okay. And this our Archivist. Sure. Let's just go here. Halving have the Rider Negation. Let's halving have the Rider Negation. It was probably also better to hit the Nexus with the 1, because the 1 is not going to really matter that much. Absolver? Is that really worth an Absolver? Is that really worth an Absolver? Because this is always going to get blocked by my car anyways. Oh, I see what he's doing it then. He wants to push the 7 damage. He thinks that we don't have a Fearsome blocker. That's why he wanted to do it that way. So no champions for him, no timelines for me. This is an Aggro game for the both of us. We could always go for the value here. Okay, that's the timelines. So we can still do the value, right? So because we can go timelines into Aloof Travelers and potentially discard his Taliyah. The problem is that we can hit him into we can advance him further, right? So we can advance him further into the 6, which is a problem. This doesn't get the summon effect. This is actually kind of funny too. Honestly, Watcher is probably the best one. Rider Pass. Rider. So that's the most expensive card that he had. Huh. He could still be 6. He could still have 6, which could be a problem. Oh, he just has a second Rider Arcane? That's pretty smart then. Let's start pushing that damage and just getting rid of their board. He gets valuable trade. It makes more sense to sacrifice that one into the Archivist. Oh, he just wants to keep all his units? Really? Yeah, at this point, opponent's gonna outvalue us, so we need to just push as much damage as possible. We have discard fodder, but it's kind of awkward as well. We could have copied the Archivist with the inter improvement. That probably was better. I don't mind taking the extra damage here. I mean, I don't mind taking the doing the 1 extra damage because I still have blockers for everything. Okay. Yeah, opponent's just trying to push damage. So this is gonna be 4. This is gonna be 5. So we go down to 8. Not because we have Mystic, right? So we can go here. 3, 6, 8, 10. Maybe I don't wanna. Maybe I don't want a Mystic. Maybe I don't want a Mystic. Maybe I just want to go like this. And just save my burn. Because the burn could also be used to actually kill his champions if we need to. We got another Tusha Barrage, which is not bad. And we get more burn right here. Okay, so we're definitely going to go for the burn angle then. Yeah, we're definitely going for the burn angle. Let's go ahead and just kill this girl. This also pushes 2 damage. Another Rider Arcane, but that would be his 3rd Rider Arcane. Okay. Now, it's kind of scary, though, how much value he's going to get from here. We technically do have lethal damage. We technically have lethal damage because of the Tusha Barrage. I wanna force the opponent to have a Rider Negation. So he needs to have a Rider Negation here. Let's start here. The problem is not having discard fodders for the Get Excited. But I guess we do. We have exactly enough. We have 2 cards that we can discard. It makes sense to do the Rider Negation right here. He also picked so quickly with the Ancient Prep. Okay, so this is telling me that the opponent has access to Taliyah or 6, right? What if we just get something nice from here, though? I was hoping I could get something nice. This is not what I was talking about. Doom Beast? That's kind of funny. Okay, so if it's Taliyah, we're in trouble. If it's Taliyah and the opponent also has Rattle Negation, then we're in trouble. Right? So if the opponent has both Taliyah plus Rattle Negation, we're in trouble. Otherwise, we just win the game with the burn. Now, it's only one... I guess it's 2 cards. It's 2 cards. It's 2 cards because he gets to draw. If it's your 6... It's, okay.
Onward, everybody! The horizon calls. Point the way, and I'll make the way.
We have to go for it, right? Because this is always just gonna kill us. Let's give him the sad face. Let's give him the sad face, make him think that we don't have any other burn. This is like mind warfare, right? So if he has the Rattle Negation, he had to do it right now, and he didn't do it. He didn't do the Rattle Negation. No way. Did we actually successfully bait him? Did we successfully bait him? Oh, he got a second Taliyah. Okay, I thought we baited him. But it doesn't make sense to get baited like that, right? It wouldn't have made sense to get baited like that. It also would have been better for us to do Get Excited and Mystic instead of the 2 Get Excited, but GG's. I was trying to be big brain, give him that sad face, make him think that we didn't have a lethal, but it didn't matter. If he had Rattle Negation, we always lost there, right? So, because we didn't have enough actions to do each spell one at a time. So GG's. In this matchup, we'll be going up against Heimerdinger Jayce. We got the timelines. I like Tanner, but I prefer to see if we can get Rissu. Maybe we actually supposed to mulligan everything. With timelines in our hand, maybe we're supposed to go straight. No, I think I like the Financier. I want to have at least something that I can use to block. So I think it's okay to keep the Financier, even if we don't have Rissu right away. We have a pretty good hand here. We'll get Body from Financier, Body from Telescope, and kind of just go that way. We have the timelines to be able to go into the Rissu combo. Now, we only win... That's unfortunate. We only really win this deck is if we can, like, just push so much damage on him early. It's a little bit unfortunate that he got this so early on. It is what it is, though. That's actually not a bad one. This is actually a pretty good one. Because he's going to continue getting bigger and bigger the more units that I summon. Especially if I get Rissu, for example. Now, obviously, still dies to, like, Mystic Shot and stuff like that. But, you know, the other units also will have died to that. Biofeast is a little bit annoying. We can go Telescope. Or we can go whatever unit gets buff here, too. Huh. Now, let's go Telescope. Let's go Telescope. That's a pretty good draw because he's going to trigger itself. Actually, that's actually the best one. And this is pretty good as well. This is actually pretty good as well. Let's go for more stats. Let's go for more stats here. I think that's fine. I kind of want to attack, but at the same time, I don't want to attack with the Sparing Student. Because I feel like the Sparing Student is going to die regardless. He's going to just block here, and then next time we're going to get hit by this Shock Blast. So we're going to lose both units regardless, right? So, like, it would have probably been better to attack with the Sparing Student, just because we know that we're going to get hit by the Shock Blast. Now, we also know that we're probably going to have to block anyways, right? Do we actually block? Do we actually block here? You know what? Let's block. Let's just block right here. Again, the problem is Shock Blast. So the problem is Shock Blast here. All of these are pretty good draws, right? They're all the same, but this one has the keyword, so it's probably better. So this one has the keyword, so it's slightly better. We play around Shock Blast here. He has the Mystic, so that's a Mystic, not a Biofeast. That's pretty good. We can summon the second Tenor next turn and get some value that way. We still don't get Rissu, which is a little bit unfortunate. Hunting Fleet is the best one. It's a 6/6. So now this is where this deck gets crazy, where you get like so much value from the stats right here that the opponent really cannot do anything about it. Now, you see, actually gonna go to 14 because we have Burn. Wow. Wow. Now, he probably has access to the drain, right? If he's doing it this way. Okay, so he has 2 created cards. 2 created cards from the 2 financiers that he already summoned. If one of those is the drain, then that's when he gets a little bit annoying. That's also a pretty good draw. Oh, that's not a drain. That is not a drain. So he's gonna just try to kill us. Now, let's go for the aloof. Let's go for the aloof. Give ourselves another 4-drop. Teeny Dactyl is exactly what we're looking for. We can transform him this turn. Done in Shadow. We can transform him this turn, right? By doing the Mystic Shot. Don't think I care about taking the elusive damage. I guess we have to be careful though. Maybe we summon... Let's summon the Financier. Oh, actually, let's summon the Concologist. Let's summon the Concologist. We can kill this if we wanted to. The question is, do we want to? I think it's always better to go for the Mystic Shot, right? Threaten the level up on the Teeny Dactyl, which is pushing 1 damage and also giving it impact. Opponent's down to 4 health. This is going to put it down to 3. They lose to they get excited. They lose to they get excited now, right? We get the Rissu on top of everything as well. Sure. Let's attack with everything. Force opponent to block, including with the Heimer. They get excited could win us the game. Opponent could have Battle Feast here though, but they need to have Vengeance plus Battle Feast to survive. I think we just wait. I think we just wait. I don't think we have to take... We don't have to do it right now. Because I want to wait so that the opponent doesn't have a chance to Battle Feast this and go up to more health, right? Because if we do it first, he has a chance to respawn and remove the impact. Or he could do the Battle Feast, which should take it to 4 HP because he removes the impact trigger. So now we just do it here. Let's go ahead and do this one. Is there a chance? What do we lose to? Double Battle Feast? So because of the double Battle Feast, maybe we get rid of the Rissu. So that we have a way to block one of this. In case that he survives, we have a way to block it right here. And there we go. Yeah, I think it was fun to go this way. That way, if the opponent somehow had double Battle Feast, I thought that they had it. Because I think if they had the Battle Feast, they would have just done it on the tenor right away. But just in case that they were trying to big brain us, I think it was fine to kind of play around it the way that we did. So you can see it there. We didn't get the Rissu combo, but we just put so much pressure because of the tenor. So GG's. In this matchup, we'll be going up against Dear Elise. So this is telling me Prankster burn. This is telling me Prankster burn, Prankster burn, Prankster burn. I want to go into my timelines. And just try to put as much pressure as possible. We don't get the timelines though. We do get to get excited, which is not bad. We also don't get the Archivist because we kicked her away. So no timelines and no Archivist to potentially get there. A little bit scary. Let's go Financier. Minimorph? Minimorph might be the best. If we need to deal with like... If we need to deal with like his Nevergreat Collector. It's not a bad target. Now, I'm okay attacking here because I want to put as much damage as possible. And if he's trading units this early, it makes his Prankster slightly worse, right? Now, we do have Get Excited for the Prankster, and we have Minimorph for the Collector. Yeah, and I think that's exactly what the opponent's seeing here. That they want to keep all the units alive because they want to just burn us out with Prankster. So they actually don't want to trade right now. So you can kind of get some information just from the way that the opponent's thinking about this block. We might not need timelines. Here. The other option is that instead of focusing on the Prankster, maybe we just burn him out. We do have 6-8 damage here. Now, the Seer is also kind of annoying. Aftershock is probably better than Bouncing Bomb. Because if the opponent gets greedy and attacks with a Seer right here, we can always kill the Seer with the Aftershock. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. I was like, there's no way that he attacks with a Seer. But what he's gonna have to make the decision on here is if he wants to actually block with the Seer. If he doesn't block with the Seer, then he's taking 5. So if he doesn't block with Azir right here, he's taking 5 damage. Okay, so 6, 8, 9. We need one more, and we have a time trick to get it. We need one more, and we have a time trick to get it. Let's go here first. Now, the Never Get Collector, maybe we want to keep... Oh, that's another way that we can get it. Maybe we want to keep the Minimorph for the Collector, right? Okay, we got the burn. We got the burn. 3, 6, 8, 10. So even if the opponent has Collector plus Glimpse, it's not enough. But we don't have a mana to do all 10. We don't have the mana to do all 10. Do we let him drain one? Do we let him drain the one, or do we just Minimorph right now? I think we just Minimorph right now. Because that drain is too important. Right? Okay, yeah, he would have drained a lot. He would have drained enough, right? Because he would have drained enough between those two cards, he would have definitely drained enough. So now we just... Battlefeast doesn't beat us. So Battlefeast doesn't beat us. Battlefeast doesn't beat us. We still don't have mana though. That's the problem. We still don't have the mana, so I'm a little bit hesitant to commit to it. This is interesting. So we can start it slow here. So double get excited. Opponent gets another Prankster. We go here. And then next one we have Get Excited plus Mystic. We probably want to commit to Get Excited right now. That way we can kill him with Mystic or Pokey on the stack. So opponent's gonna burn us too. I don't know why I'm playing it slow, by the way. I could just put all of those on the stack at once. So now he dies to Mystic or Pokey, right? So this is draining 2. This is draining 2 as well. So we go down to 9. So opponent's trying to kill us right now. So we go down to 9 right here. With the attack, opponent deals 2. No, just 1, because he still doesn't level up Azir with the attack just yet. So he deals 1 plus the Sand Soldier, which is another 2. So that's 3 plus this guy, so gonna be 5. So right now we still survive the open attack. Right now we still survive the open attack. At the end of the day, this deck, I mean, you know, it's very unit heavy centric because you do have timelines and other units, but it can also just win through the burn, which is what I've been talking about. That's a good one, right? Because this puts us at 9. Still not enough though. He still will need to summon. He does level up the Azir though, so the next unit he summons will level up the Azir. If the opponent has the Never Get Collector, he could heal back up. Yeah. But it's still not enough unless he also has... Because Glimpse is not enough. Glimpse is not enough. So Glimpse is not enough right here. So this is lethal. Yeah, there we go. Because Glimpse will only heal him 1, and we have the Pokey Stick to back it up if the opponent does the Glimpse. I guess it could have been Glimpse plus Haste Spike. That would heal him back up enough. But he would have lost some of the damage from losing his units. So GG's. In this matchup, we'll be going up against Akshan Gwen. I don't know what this deck is trying to do. I want to mulligan everything except for the Archivist. But I also feel like I want to increase my odds of getting timelines early on. Archivist probably increases the odds more, but I'm going to go ahead and just hard mulligan for timelines. Okay, maybe a little bit too many timelines. Okay. Do I want to block this? Yes. Let's block it. Let's block it. Timelines on the Bellringer is not really that impactful because a lot of wind-ups are not great. So I think I'm okay doing the timelines on this. We have access to Mystic Shot, right? If we need to. What I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna pass first, see what he does. If he's action, I want to Mystic Shot the action right now before the opponent has access to a Shape Stone. So I want to do this right now before the opponent has access to a Shapestone. Now, we do have a Fearsome blocker here in case the opponent goes for the Fearsome one. Or we can just Pokey Stick it. Okay, so now that he goes for this, do we want to actually block that? I don't think we do. I think we just start going for the timelines now. And just get value from the Loot Travelers next turn. It's more critical, in my opinion, for me to get the value from the Loot Travelers than it is for me to block that 4 damage. It is a big deal. It is a lot of damage, but this is just better. Okay, let's go for the Beast Below. Oh, actually, probably should have been the other card, right? I forgot. I didn't even check. Rune Runner. I didn't even check what the other card did. So that's my fault. What if we Pokey Stick this? What if we Pokey Stick this so that we can push 4 damage? Or force the opponent to block with the Vagabond? Okay. We just attack here, opponent blocks with it. Ooh, not gonna block. Interesting. Oh, because he's gonna go for the Walking Sands. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, it makes more sense to go for the Walking Sands. What I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to do the Telescope. So it has to be the Telescope here. So that we get some value. The Serpent might not be bad. I think it might be better than the Perfectionist. Yeah, I think I like the Serpent. Solitary Monk. Obviously, we want to fear some blockers, so I think we have to go for the Solitary Monk. He becomes a really great blocker against all his units now. We can even do the Serpent right now and have an additional blocker that we didn't have before. Oh. Wow. Really? You know what? If you have the Shapestone, you have it. If you have the Shapestone, you have it. Alright, he has it. I'm willing to risk it. I'm willing to risk it. It's a little bit unfortunate. Maybe it was better to just kill the Merciless Hunter, to be honest. But at least we got the Shapestone out of the way, which means that Get Excited could potentially kill that action now. It just sucks that they're putting into the second action, right? They never only have one action. They always get 2. I think I'm willing to call his bluff if he didn't have it every single time. Opponent's down to just 3 cards, and we still got some value here. We can start with our Loop Travelers, giving us good blockers into everything. We have double Get Excited, letting us kill his stuff. Kind of just like the Yoro Captain, to be honest. But there goes the Vengeance. I kind of like the Yoro Captain. Sure. Let's do this now. Let's do this now so that we're mana efficient. We have a second Get Excited to punish another play next turn. Treasure Seeker, okay. Opponent does have 1 Hollow Death, so it's a little bit problematic. Really? Really? I guess we could just kill the other one, right? We could just kill it here. Don't want to commit the Pokey Stick and then die to like a random Battle Negation. So I want to go one at a time, yeah. Because now if the opponent commits Battle Negation, then we do the Pokey Stick. That way we at least still protect 2 damage, right? Not ideal, but also not the worst. We still get the Yoro Captain to stay alive. This is going to get buffed up by the Yoro Captain. Drop the Bomb is probably the best one that we could have gotten. This becomes a big Overwhelm blocker. This becomes a big Overwhelm blocker, right? Big Overwhelm attacker. Because he gets buffed by the Yoro Captain. We can go the Rissu and we can drop the time. We can drop the bomb as well. Now the problem here is going to be if the opponent for some reason has access to Atrocity, right? The Shaman is actually really good. And so is the Maiden though. The Maiden is so good because she gets buffed up by the Captain, right? So she becomes a 5/7 with Regen and Overwhelm. I kind of don't want to play Drop the Bomb just yet. I know we're letting the opponent just get value. I mean, we can still attack with this card, right? So we can still attack with this card because she gets to Regen back up. So we get to push 3 damage. We have fearsome blockers for everything. I guess we get punished by the Absolver. It looks like the opponent has a atrocity, but it's hard for them to use it here when we have access to Mystic, right? No respect to Mystic or get excited. So I guess it had to be the Travelers then, right? It had to be the Travelers instead of the Rissu just to play around the atrocity. And he also would have drawn us into the answer, but GG's. I mean, it happens. It happens. He drew exactly what he needed, so yeah. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Bard Ahri. Does this deck make sense with the Bard buff? Wait, this hand is nuts. Wait, this hand is nuts. I don't want the second bird. Actually, do I even want the first Birdlinger? Since we got timelines, I honestly prefer to get other stuff. I think I prefer to get other stuff than the bird. Yeah, like the 2-drops are better because it gives me better chances, especially because, okay, we got it back anyway, so I guess we can play it on turn 3 if we don't have a turn 3 play. We're gonna play this right away to play our Knuckle Fight or Deny, just in case, right? I guess we could also just go Bird first and then do Pharaoh's Financier if it gets buffed up. Because the thing about the Bird and the buff from the Shine is that it sticks through the unit even after it transforms. The other option that we have here is that we can just play whichever one of these we want and then just have, you know, I guess let's, which way do I want to do it? Do I want to go Bird? Let's go Bird. Let's go Bird and increase our odds of hitting like something big. Because that's what I'm talking about. The 1-drops are not as impactful. So Bird is more there to like not break our turn 1 if we don't draw our combo. Now, we have a pretty nasty combo here now. I'm gonna go Conchologist just in case that we get access to... Time Take is not bad. This is also very damn good. This is also very good. I actually... It's a 3-mana spell that gets countered by Homecoming though. It gets countered by Homecoming. And that's my concern. So maybe it's Flame Splitter, but it also gets countered. Time Trick is good for draw. We really have one Time Trick. I might have to go for this. I might have to go for this and just have access for this later. The Jodel Smith is actually kind of funny, but I think it's the Fearsome. I think it's the Fearsome because it's pushing more damage, right? Like, this is something that the opponent cannot block here. I'm okay attacking with everything. Because I have access to Mystic Shots and Get Excited, right? So by attacking with everything, I make it so that even when she gets buffed by Esmus, she still potentially dies to a Mystic Shot. It's just a shame that literally the first Chime hits the Ahri, right? So the very first Chime ends up hitting the Ahri. Like, what are the chances of that? Do we ever commit the Mystic here? Oh, you know what? Not anymore. If opponent's gonna go like that, I'm okay with that. It's actually kind of funny because it's helping him out by drawing more. We can go Beast Below. He has a little bit of a benefit, right? There's the Deny. So we know that the opponent... I mean, the opponent doesn't really play anything higher than 4 mana, right? So I think that Deny makes sense. But here's where it's gonna get nutty, right? So this is the combo right here. We do Rissu. We get access to, I guess Solitude is the best one. This is not bad because he's gonna have 6 attack and 3 health. I think actually the Campunk Shadow is probably better, right? Because he has 3 health. So if the opponent decides to recall this, for example, we get to play the Campunk at the Shatter. Sure. Now, I'm pretty sure the opponent has to have Homecoming or something like that. This is so much damage that they're taking otherwise. Could be just a recall. Yeah, it's gonna be Homecoming. They get punished by Mystic Shots so badly, which is crazy to me. We also haven't seen whatever the second Shine hit. Oh, it didn't hit anything. Opponent doesn't have any other units until he drew the Birdlinger. Wait, so now we're gonna get another 5? Okay. Opponent doesn't have any other units. His whole hand is spells. So you can tell if the Shine hits any unit, and it doesn't look like he hit anything. Which also makes sense, because the Bard didn't level up. So yeah, I think we're in a good spot. So opponent just has a handful of spells. I guess now he's gonna hit the Esmus. Everything hits the Esmus, so we know that that's what he has, right? Now, the fact that the opponent has a handful of spell, though, remember, we have this card. So let's go ahead and do the Financier. Shock Blast is kind of funny. Let's do the Financier. I like the Stir Spirits. Because it's bigger attack, right? So I'm gonna do the Financier so that we have enough mana to do this card, right? Because we're gonna go here to just kill that Esmus. So we're gonna go right here to just kill the Esmus. Now, if opponent commits double twin right here to kill us with the Ahri, I think I'm okay with that. Oh, he's just gonna commit one twin right here. So do we just commit to get excited then? I think we do. Opponent has a handful of spells, so he could have the second twin. But otherwise, if he had like Homecoming or something like that, he gets punished and they get punished. Woo! That was pretty good. And this still dies to a Mystic, right? Now, the Storm Cloud doesn't seem amazing to transform, right? So I kind of like just going Archivist. This did hit a card, by the way. Kind of like going Archivist here. I like going Archivist. We have a lot of great units here. We get a free Poke Stick. Opponent gets the Ahri. I do not want to put... I don't want to put Ephemeral into anything. Because opponent could easily have Recall. So I don't want to put Ephemeral into anything. I just want to push as much damage as possible. Still problematic. It's still problematic here. Stormcloud, yeah, because it's going to transform to another 5-drop. So I kind of don't want to transform it. I think it's actually better if I play this like on turn 8 when I can do the Telescope to eat up. Yeah, there it is. Please do it on this guy. Oh, he would get so punished if he does the Homecoming anywhere. I can't believe this. Like, what is that greed? What is this greed? So he loses the recall value, so he doesn't get to level up the Ahri, right? Doesn't get to level up the Ahri because he greeded it out. If he did it the other way, he actually could have leveled up Ahri and we would have been in trouble. So, I mean, imagine that you saw us play the 3-drop, right? So you knew we had a spell in our hand. And this deck is PNC and Bandle. That's as greedy as it gets. So yeah, and that's game. I think that was the biggest punish ever because opponent could have leveled up the Ahri right here, and we had a 5/5 leveled up Ahri. Actually, I guess he doesn't level her up because we still kill the 2/1 anyways. But it would have been 1 away from leveling up, which got leveled up with her attack. So GG's. Hey, welcome back everybody. Hope you enjoy those games. I know I have a lot of fun with this deck every time I play it. It's really one of my favorite off-meta decks. So if you're looking for something fun that's a little bit off meta, I would recommend playing this deck. I think I guess the strength level of the deck varies, right? If we get timelines, the games go 100% easier. But if you don't get timelines, it's a big struggle, right? So the deck kind of loses to itself more often than not. With the difference between getting timelines and not, right? And then even if you get timelines, also trying to get some good hits from it can be a little bit awkward sometimes. But if you get timelines on the field and you get the combo off, whether it's Tanner or Rissu, you kind of saw how much pressure we can put into the opponent and then just be able to finish it with burn. So really fun deck, really fun deck. I recommend it if you're looking for something new to try out. In terms of mulligan, it's simple. Just harm mulligan from timelines. I think even if you have Archivist in your hand, I think it's still always better to use harm mulligan from timelines. And just hope that if you don't get the timelines, you at least get an Archivist back in your hand. Because it's just so much, again, it's so much of a difference whether you have timelines in your hand or not. I'm still experimenting whether, again, Improvement is actually good. And even Bird, whether he's actually good or not, because there's not a lot of great 1-drops that you want to hit. But, you know, we're still kind of testing that out and kind of see how that goes. If you like this content and you like the video, please make sure to like it below and subscribe to us. We post LOR videos every single day. You can also find us on Twitch at Sirturmund. We stream 3 to 4 times a week. We're probably streaming right now if you're watching this on Wednesday night, streaming the new patch. And you can also find us on Discord and Twitter. The links to those are both in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.